Hey guys, it's Sandy. So I want to get on here, and this is one of those heads up videos or keep your eyes and ears open kind of videos. I think that this is not the time, like in 2024, that you just stick your head in the sand and act like nothing is going on or nothing's going to happen. I think that would be not smart because right now, listen, there are reports out already because we're in September. November's not very far away. In America, it means we've got the elections coming up. So right now, there are reports already coming out that on the federal government, state, local, they are already preparing for massive civil unrest to happen in the US around the election time. So they're already thinking it's going to happen. And anybody that does not have their head in the sand also thinks that something will happen also. And by something, does that mean that a few weeks ago, I shared a video about a big warning for America, and it was the security defense up in our federal government was saying Americans are clueless, and almost everybody is unprepared for what could happen at any moment. And that video is about a cyber attack and how it could take down the water supplies, the electric supplies. What are you going to do if that would happen? And it could happen suddenly and you're not prepared. Well, then this is different because there's also reports coming out that they are getting ready for massive civil unrest. So massive chaos after the election, before the election. I don't even know what's going to happen. So November is our elections here. Something like a cyber attack could happen beforehand. Something like a cyber attack could happen after, depending on who would get voted in. There could be massive civil unrest just based on the fact that if Kamala gets in and Trump supporters are furious, or if Trump gets in and Kamala supporters are furious, and I don't say mad, like they're mad about it, furious, because it seems like people's emotions are on extremely high alert. I think that's the wrong word, but they are just so high. Because you know what? I have done many elections, not like as many as some of you have. I'm 53. So in that time period, I have voted a lot of times. And you know what? If your party did not get in, okay, you know what you did? You just kept on living life. And you just, it didn't affect you so much that it affects your emotions and it affects the way you're going to live. But it affects people in such a different way now. And I think that after the election, whatever does happen, I think it is going to be mass chaos, mostly in certain places like the bigger cities. I think that definitely that could be more of a impact, but it is going to be a very volatile time, I believe. So what do you need to do? Well, I would get some things in your home. I've said this many times, and I kind of feel like I'm just sounding the alarm and saying, listen, are you prepared for whatever? So beyond weather and that kind of thing, I know people that are in hurricane areas, they're always prepared for that kind of stuff. But what about just everybody being prepared, no matter where you live, because so much could happen around our election time. Some of the scenarios that I think could happen. Start with one. We go into voting. It's Kamala against Trump. Everything's fair, and everybody votes fairly, and everything's counted. And one way or another, one of the parties comes out as the winner. Okay, that's the way it was in the past. I doubt that's going to happen. The second scenario could be that somebody, either another nation state or a rogue person within America, could do a cyber attack and knock things out so that we couldn't have an election. Okay, I don't know if that'll happen. Could it happen? Yeah, I don't know. I think we'll have an election. The next thing, we could have a pandemic. Have any of you heard about monkeypox? Because it seems to be talked about a lot. And also that vaccines are being made for monkeypox. Well, why are we making vaccines for something that really has had zero impact as of yet? Unless there's people that want it to have a big impact. And then could it? Yeah. I'm going to talk between the lines just a little bit, but we know that there's a lot of evil people out there that would love to see the amount of population decrease. So, could something like that come about? Yeah. A big scenario is Trump gets in and the Kamala supporters go crazy and start burning down cities like that happened during the BLM kind of stuff and destroying people's property. What's another one? Well, the flip side of that, Kamala gets in. And I didn't for sure think she might have a chance, but I do now. So things have even changed in my mind of, I thought, oh, if it was between Trump and Biden, I don't think there would have been even a thought of who would have gotten in. The polls were definitely ahead for Trump. But now that it's Trump and Kamala, things are changing. And so what could happen? Well, Kamala might be the person that gets in. And what would happen on this side? What would the Trump people, the Trump supporters do? They're going to be furious. And I don't know. I don't believe that they would burn down cities or people's property, because I just don't think that people would go that far. But I don't know. There's going to just be a lot of civil unrest either way that it goes. And you know what I want to do? I want to hunker down. I don't want to be going out in any of that chaos. I don't want any part of anything like that. I just want to be able to take care of my family, take care of my garden, enjoy my homestead area. And in order to do that, well, I need to have some things here, right? Just to have some things prepared. So this is my question to you. Do you feel like you have some stuff in your home to get by for 30 days? Do you have stuff in your home to get by for 2 weeks? Like, are you at that point? If you're not, think about it and just think about starting to get things. We're already into September, November's coming. Will something happen? Nobody knows. There might not be anything that happens. Could it happen? Yes. It could happen before an election, during election, after election, before January. Anytime things could happen. And what I'm saying is, wouldn't you rather just have peace of mind and be prepared in your home to have some things? Can you get everything? No. And what is everything? It's different for different people. This is a big one, though, to me, is your mindset. That is a huge one. Get in your mind already, thinking about some scenarios. I'm not saying scare yourself. I'm saying think of some scenarios. What would you do if we had a cyber attack and we had no electric? What would you do? What would you do if there is massive civil unrest, like the reports are already coming out that they're preparing for? What would you do? Would you can't go to the grocery store, let's say. What would you do? Think of this stuff ahead of time and know that what I need to get to protect myself and protect my family. And then your attitude is huge on that too. What kind of skills do you know? What kind of knowledge do you have? If you don't stick your head in the sand, you guys. Like, it's more important to have peace whenever you, okay, let me say this. Back in 2020 is when I did my very first video that I said, are you prepared? Because things could kind of change and happen. So did anything major happen? Well, we had COVID and, an election that has been, was it stolen? Wasn't it stolen? That kind of stuff. Did it affect us, though, in such a way that we couldn't live? No, we still lived our lives, and we just had to deal with the crappy portions of it, but we were fine. Could things happen in such a way now, though, that it disrupts our life? So attitude is huge, of how you're going to handle things. Attitude is huge about whichever way this election goes. Also, are you going to let it run your life, or are you going to just go on and deal with whichever way that goes that you want it to go? And then mostly, though, I think for me, that whenever I felt this urge, and I know it's from the Lord, I know it was, and then I knew I needed to share with others to kind of give them are you thinking about this stuff? Also, and I started preparing, and what it gives you is peace of mind. You're like, I'm okay. Yep, I can take care of my family. We're okay. Have we hit every single thing to know that we'd be okay? No, because how can you? Nobody knows what scenarios would happen. But you just think through what could maybe happen, and do your best and take the money that you have and, do your best with it. And this is the thing. If you take some money out of your savings and you go buy some groceries, what are you going to do with that? You're going to eat it at some point. It's also going to be cheaper right now than what it's going to be in the future. So are you out anything by investing in some stuff to take care of your home? Just, if you've got some money in your savings, think of it that way. Well, if I took $100 out, then how much could I get that I could store under our bed or in an extra closet or something like that? Start thinking about what you can do. And will something happen? I don't know. Could something happen? Sure could. So just be aware. And I want you to know that, they're already talking about this massive civil unrest. And okay, I'll be eager to read your comments. That's all I have for now. Until next time, I'm out.